Here's the prototype for the Star Adventure automatic deck dither. I built it using very common off-the-shelf components. Arduino Nano, simple 16x2 LCD, encoder. This is a 12 volt to 5 volt converter chip. This is a tip 120 transistor, which is used to turn the stepper motor on and off as needed. There is a stepper motor driver circuit right here. That connects to this very ubiquitous stepper motor. It is the, there it is, the 28 BYJ 48 motor. These are very affordable. You can get like 5 with the drivers for less than $20. This is a simple coupler that goes between the motor and the shaft of the Star Adventure deck plate. These are the same couplers that come with the ZWO EAF. If you have these from the EAF, you can use them, or you can buy them online. They're very common part. There is a 3D printed, I guess, coupler that couples the motor to the Star Adventure deck plate and dovetail. Alright, let's go ahead and show you the interface. So it uses an encoder, which you can turn left, right, and it acts as a button. You can push it in. So the main menu, there's settings, dither run, and deck control. I'll go to settings first. You can set the focal length and the pixel size. This isn't really important, but what it does is it gives you an idea as to how many pixels one step of the motor accounts to. And this depends on your focal length and pixel size. So right now I have it set to 135 millimeters. And the pixel size is set to 3.94 micrometer. Sorry, my focus keeps going out. Anyway. The dither amount. So basically, given the focal length and the pixel size, it tells me that I will get 0.43 pixels per step of the motor. Now the motor has around 4096 steps per revolution. Now keep in mind that this motor will revolve 4096 steps, but there's also the gears that are in this deck plate. So that will not mean that one revolution of this motor is one revolution of the deck plate. I take into account the math for that. I've calculated the gear reduction for the deck plate, and I've added that in to the calculation. So given my pixel scale, I will get 0.43 pixel per step. And what you do is you set A to then set your plus or minus amount of pixels that you will dither. So here I'm setting A, and it tells me, given this setting, I will dither randomly plus or minus within this range. So I'll just make it around 50 pixels plus or minus. Now, how accurate this is, this calculation, it's not terribly accurate. It's just to give you kind of an idea. This stepper motor is not very precise or accurate, and that is why, one of the reasons why I'm not even attempting to use this to guide in deck. I really just want to use it to dither. And in fact, because it is not precise or accurate, that will make it even more random when I dither, since I won't be going to the exact same location each time. Alright, so I set the dither amount. There's dither frequency. This tells you will dither every X frames. Most people are going to use it every 1 frame. I'll do the same. I'll go back. Dither run. First we'll do deck control. This allows you to control the motor. You can go low, medium, fast in either direction. Here we will see that. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this stepper motor draws a lot of current when it is running. So if you were to sit here and rotate the motor for like 5 minutes, that stepper motor is going to get really hot. And because of that, when I am in the dither run mode, where I'm dithering every frame or every X frames, I only turn on the motor using this transistor when I am dithering. Otherwise, this motor is not being powered. So that saves on power and makes sure that that motor will never overheat. Okay, just you can press the encoder at any point here to end. And let's go ahead and try dither run. So here it says 1 frames until dither. All right, I'm gonna turn on my camera. Here I'm using a Fujifilm X-T100. And I'm using Digicam control to control it using a serial intervalometer. Let's see, I have it set to a capture time of 10 seconds, number of photo 10, time between shots 5. All right, hopefully this will work. Let's go ahead and start capture. All right, it is now capturing, and hopefully after the shutter, we will get a dither. There you go. So the shutter was released and we have a dither. There's another shutter. And there was a dither there, but it was very slight. There you go. So on the interface, you'll see it says 1 frames until dither. Right now it's taking an image. And there it goes, it says it's dithering. I'm going to add a switch to turn this light off, so that way once you set it all up, you can then turn the screen off and just let it run. Aside from that, let me know what you guys think. If there's any other features that you'd like to see. I know this is a very kind of niche idea. I know it's not going to be a product for selling. I'm planning on just releasing anything that I create for people to make for themselves, since really this is just for me. I found with the Star Adventure that dithering in RA is not sufficient to get rid of my walking noise, so I would need to manually dither in deck, and for me, I kind of want to just go to sleep and let this thing run, so this is kind of a device of convenience for me. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this Arduino here is monitoring the intervalometer line, and it is looking for that negative edge where the shutter is closing. So if you're not using an intervalometer to control your camera, then this doesn't work for you. I was considering getting an RJ12 port for the ST4 auto guider cables. So that way, if your auto guider does send dither pulses on the deck lines, I would be able to then get that, and then so I would be able to tell, are you telling the ST4 port to dither in deck? If so, I will then dither the motor. So I'm thinking maybe that'll work for people that use the ST4 cables. That way, if you're not using an intervalometer like this with an audio cable, if you're using like a USB to control your camera, at least if you have ST4 guiding, you'll still be able to use this for your Star Adventure. But again, I haven't really tried that yet. It's just an idea. Let me know if you think that's useful for you. If not, I'll probably just keep it the way it is, since this is the way I need it to be. Anyways, thanks for watching.